A lot of people believe that they have this war in Israel kind of narrowed down to a strange ability to be able to just make a couple agreements with certain people and then we could just end this thing. And that's just not how it's going to work. This war is an ancient war. This war has been going on at least since Abraham. At least since Abraham. You know, so really, this has been going on since the beginning of Israel with Jacob. Like, this is an ancient war. And really, one might argue that it goes all the way back to Adam and Eve, because there's a peculiar verse in Revelation where there's this thing going on between a woman and a dragon and a child. And the dragon is Satan, and we know it to be Satan. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's China. Like, it's not. Like, it literally says in 12:9, so that great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. So it's clear who that is. And it's also very clear who the woman is. The woman is Israel. And so ultimately, knowing that Satan and Israel have this thing going on, this ancient war, it's spelled out in Revelation 12, starting 1. Now a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a garland of 12 stars. Then being with child, she carried out the labor and in pain to give birth. And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 diadems on his head. His tail drew 1/3 of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth to devour her child as soon as it was born. So ultimately what it's saying is that Satan, with 7 principalities of wickedness, being one, and 6 other demons that are of authority, principalities, kings of darkness, so to say, and 1/3 of the angels, so a countless number of angels, have all fallen. And now they're ready to devour Israel. Well, why do they want to devour Israel? Because she is about to give birth to a child that will redeem mankind, the only begotten Son of God. So they have sought to do this thing from the moment that it was declared with Adam and Eve. At that moment that it was declared with Adam and Eve, that through her seed, Satan has been following this path along and just trying to devour it, trying to stop it. That there was this child that would redeem mankind, that would be birthed from Israel. And it goes beyond Jesus. And she bore a male child who is to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up to God and to his throne. Then the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought. So this war is not a new war. Like, this isn't like, so to sit there and suggest that somehow, well, if we can get these 2 guys to sit down and talk, and they agree to release hostages, and they agree to quit blowing up their town, like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It'll never work. There's nothing anybody can do except for the Antichrist, who is a puppet of Satan, and it will be to destroy Israel. There is nothing that can be done. You just have to sit and watch it. I hate to say that, but you just have to sit and watch it. You know, we can also see this in Daniel, because it's not just Satan fighting in this war and his 6 principalities of darkness and 1/3 of the angels, which are now demons. It's not just them doing this. Daniel 12 verse 1, at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince who stands watch over the sons of your people. There shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. So all that trouble that they, have had since the beginning of time, it's going to get a lot worse. And it's Michael who is fighting on behalf with who knows how many other angels that he's leading in this war. That's what the war is. Can you, until you can get Michael and Satan to sit down, it's not going to stop. You can't get it to stop, and it's not going to stop. So I just think we are absolutely fooling ourselves to think that, if you're wondering which political candidate is going to somehow solve this problem, there's only one political person who will rise to power and will control Israel and will one day stand in Jerusalem and go into the temple and declare himself to be God, just like Daniel said and just like Jesus said. So this is an ancient war. It's an ancient war. You can't stop this war.